Imagine scrolling through your feed and seeing this. 3 minutes ago, the royal family shares heartbreaking news about Meghan Markle. Your heart skips a beat. You freeze. And then you read the next line. Seriously ill on oxygen. Worst might have happened. For fans of the Sussexes, it felt like a punch to the gut. For the casual observer, it was a jolt of disbelief. Meghan Markle, the Duchess who charmed millions worldwide, who moved from Hollywood royalty to British royalty, who seemed untouchable, suddenly facing a crisis so severe it made headlines before most of us could even process it. But what really happened behind those palace walls? How did a woman known for her poise and advocacy end up in a situation that left even the most seasoned royal watchers gasping? Before we continue, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for updates. Strap in. This is not just news. It's a story of pressure, family drama, public scrutiny, and the human side of fame that most of us rarely see. Meghan Markle, the Duchess in the eye of the storm. Let's start at the beginning. Meghan Markle's life has always been under intense scrutiny. From Suits to the royal wedding, she transitioned from Hollywood actress to global icon almost overnight. But being a royal isn't just about tiaras and charity events. It's about living under the world's microscope, where every smile, every tear, and every comment can become front-page news. Think about it. She married into a family whose history spans centuries, with traditions so rigid they often clash with modern life. Now add the glare of relentless media, online trolls, and the constant comparisons to her predecessor, the late Princess Diana, and you begin to see the pressure cooker she lives in daily. Did you know that studies show chronic stress can have a serious impact on physical health, sometimes leading to respiratory complications and even heart strain? For someone constantly in the public eye, the stakes are even higher. So when news breaks of Meghan on oxygen in a hospital, it's not just alarming. It's a symptom of years of compounded pressure. But what events could have brought her to this breaking point? Curiosity spark. Could it have been a sudden health crisis, or the weight of unspoken family conflicts finally catching up? The royal family's statement, a shockwave across the globe. The royal family rarely shares personal health updates about its members. When they do, it's always carefully phrased, controlled, and calculated. So when a statement landed confirming Meghan's serious illness and her hospitalization, it sent shockwaves through royal circles. Social media exploded. Headlines screamed. Even world leaders and Hollywood insiders chimed in with messages of support. But the statement also left us with questions. Why now? Why the urgency? Some insiders suggest that the palace decided it was better to release the news early to avoid speculation, but others hint at a far more dramatic scenario behind closed doors. Here's the thing about royal communications. They are meticulously curated. Every word is deliberate. And if the words included seriously ill and on oxygen, you know the situation was being treated with the utmost gravity. Curiosity spark. What could have led to this level of emergency? Was it a sudden flare-up, a chronic condition worsened by stress, or something even more dramatic? Meghan's life behind closed doors, stress, scrutiny, and sacrifice. To understand the gravity of Meghan's condition, we need to look at her life over the past decade. Imagine being constantly watched, criticized, and misrepresented. Imagine every personal choice, from hairstyles to wardrobe to words spoken at charity events, dissected by millions. Now imagine doing this while juggling motherhood, philanthropy, and media appearances. Experts often say chronic stress is a silent killer, impacting the immune system, heart, and lungs. Could Meghan's hospitalization have been stress-related? Possibly. Could it be exacerbated by other health factors? Also possible. But there's also the emotional toll. Public feuds, family drama, and media scrutiny can affect anyone, no matter how resilient. And Meghan has faced them all in spades. Her hospitalization is a stark reminder. Even those who appear invincible are human. Curiosity spark. Could this be a turning point for Meghan, a wake-up call, or a trigger for a public and private reevaluation of her life choices? The role of family dynamics. Pressure at the palace. Royal life isn't just about protocol and public appearances. It's also about family dynamics. Meghan's relationship with her in-laws, particularly after the controversial interviews and the Sussexes' departure from royal duties, has been tense. While the world focuses on headlines, the private pressure is real. Sources close to the family have suggested that disagreements over responsibilities, public statements, and even financial arrangements may have added stress. When you combine this with her global profile, you get a recipe for extreme emotional and physical strain. Imagine living in a world where personal disputes are front-page news, where private arguments are fodder for millions of opinions. It's enough to push anyone toward a breaking point. Curiosity spark. Was Meghan's current condition purely medical, or a combination of physical stress and emotional exhaustion from years of scrutiny and family tension? What being on oxygen really means. Let's pause here for a moment and break down what it means to be hospitalized on oxygen. Oxygen therapy isn't always as dire as it sounds. Sometimes it's precautionary, sometimes it's critical. In Meghan's case, the reports suggest serious intervention, which implies her medical team was prioritizing stabilization and monitoring. But here's the part many people miss. Oxygen therapy isn't just about breathing. It can signal underlying health issues that have escalated, often exacerbated by stress, exhaustion, or infection. And for someone like Meghan, whose body has likely endured high stress for years, this could indicate a critical tipping point. In simpler terms, she's getting the care she needs, but the situation isn't something to dismiss lightly. Curiosity spark. Could this hospitalization be the start of a more significant health journey, or just a temporary crisis managed successfully in the coming days? Public reaction. Fear, support, and speculation. The response from fans and the public was immediate. Social media hashtags trended. Celebrities expressed concern. Fans shared stories of personal struggle and solidarity. But with high-profile health crises comes rampant speculation. Headlines ranged from worst-case scenario to temporary scare. Memes and conspiracy theories circulated. The internet never sleeps. Yet, amid all the chaos, one thing became clear. Meghan Markle is deeply loved and supported by millions worldwide. The public reaction was a testament not only to her fame, but to the empathy people feel for someone facing a health crisis under extreme scrutiny. Curiosity spark. How will this outpouring of support influence Meghan's recovery, emotionally, mentally, and physically? Lessons for all of us: stress, health, and boundaries. While this is a royal story, there's a universal takeaway. Meghan's situation reminds us that chronic stress can manifest physically. No one is invincible, no matter how perfect their public image appears. Asking for help and taking care of your health is essential. Boundaries, even with family, are crucial for mental well-being. Think about your own life for a second. How often do you push through stress, neglect your health, or ignore the warning signs? Meghan's story is a dramatic mirror, a reminder that self-care isn't optional, it's vital. Curiosity spark. Could this public moment inspire people worldwide to take their health and emotional wellness more seriously? What's next for Meghan Markle? While the details remain private, a few possibilities emerge. Rest and recovery. Meghan may step back from public engagements to focus on health. Increased privacy. The Palace and Sussex team may implement stricter boundaries to reduce stressors. A public update. Once stabilized, Meghan could share her experience, raising awareness for health, stress, or advocacy causes. No matter what happens, one thing is certain: Meghan's story is far from over. Conclusion. Your takeaway. This story is a wake-up call, a royal drama, and a deeply human tale all at once. It reminds us that fame, family, and public scrutiny can impact anyone, and that self-care, boundaries, and compassion are more important than we often admit. So here's the question for you. How do you cope with stress in your own life? When was the last time you prioritized your health, emotionally and physically? And what can we learn from Meghan's story about empathy, resilience, and human vulnerability? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Share this article with someone who needs a reminder to take care of themselves. And let's start a conversation that goes beyond headlines. Because at the end of the day, we're all just humans, royal or not, trying to survive, thrive, and breathe a little easier.